you think you stand? I mean, do you think your chances would be better if it were a straight fight between you and Dr. Tan, as opposed to Tan Kim Lian and Tan Cheng
in the race as well?
I think I stand a good chance. That's because when you enter a contest, you must have the confidence, and you have done all your preparations. You also must take into account your opponents, whether it's one, whether it's 2, 3, or 4, and then you work your sums, and that's how you're going to contest.
Yeah, but some people said, in a four-corner fight, looks like Dr. Tony Tan may have an edge. What's your comment?
Well, that's somebody's opinion, but we are confident. We are confident.
Doc, some people have been saying that between you, Tan Kim Lian and Tan Cheng, one of the 3 Tans should pull up. I mean, you should talk and send one person to contest against Tony. So, what are your comments on that?
Well, I wouldn't pull out. Nobody can talk to me yet. I think.
Tan Kim Lian said that this is a possibility. Do you think there's a possibility that the 3 of you might discuss from now?
Well, I'm always open to all suggestions.
So that's sort of like giving a hint that you are also considering sending one among the 3 of you against Tony Tan. Is that a likelihood?
No. I think I would say that I am here to contest. I have decided, and I won't change my mind.
So you're not backing down?
Of course I won't back down.
But will you be approaching the other 2?
No, I think I have to be my man.
Doc, how will you address concerns about your international standing and also perhaps the command of Mandarin to reach out to the voters?
Well, I have already fought 6 general elections. I know my Mandarin is not that good, but I must say my Hokkien is not bad. So I have been campaigning in the past using English, Hokkien, a little bit of Mandarin, and also some Malay. And it has taken me very far. I've never done badly over the 6 general elections. International standing, I would say that I have had about 15 years of experience in Parliament. You see, I was the leader of the European Singapore Parliamentary Group. And then I have to, in that position, I have to entertain a lot of European parliamentarians. When they come to Singapore, they always seek me out because they expect me to help them in understanding Singapore politics and also Southeast Asian politics. Then after a while, I was reposted from looking after the European section to the Southeast Asian section. I think that was because during that period there was a little bit of problems with our neighbors. We usually have a little bit of hiccups, and I was asked, so I came here. I changed portfolio, and I had the occasion to meet many of the top leaders in Southeast Asia. Some of them became presidents, like Gushtu became president, Megawati became president, and I also met many leaders like Nakasone. In fact, Nakasone and I, we were instrumental in creating this Asian parliamentary forum. I remember we met many places in Singapore, Australia, and Tokyo over this because he wanted to have this particular forum, and he actually asked me to help him because I speak English and I write English, so there was a good understanding between within him and myself. So. And of course, I also have a lot of relationship with the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, but in particular because you must understand my era, many of the Malaysian MPs and we all came from the same school, we all from the same university. So we had many opportunities to meet. And I have been to Malaysia many times. And we have a lot of very meaningful discussions with the Malaysian MPs. In fact, until now, I still could keep contact with some of the Malaysian MPs, and that's my relationship with outside Singapore. Well, I visited China with on an official visit, India, UK, and so I have a very extensive network. Then apart from that, because I'm also in an international, I chair this company called Dredging International Asia Pacific. It has its headquarters in Belgium, and usually I have to go there and attend some of the meetings in Belgium. And in fact, the early days when they formed the company in Singapore, it's an international board. Apart from me from Singapore, there's one from Taiwan, and the majority of them are from Europe. So I do have all this relationship with foreign people, and that's where I gain a lot of insight into how European politics is like, how the Asian politics is like. So I would say that I'm quite able to manage that portfolio if I'm called upon to do it.
So do you think it's a level playing field in terms of all candidates involved? Because Dr. Tan seems to have the support of unions, and Tan Cheng might be seen as being backed by the opposition, the voice. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think you should ask them whether I've got a level playing field or not. But honestly, I hope there's a level playing field. Although sometimes my men feel that we are not getting that sort of treatment. But I guess it's politics. When you come into the political arena, you must expect all things. I'm not going to take anything against them. If they feel that that's the way they're going to manage me, I accept it. But I think, as I said, that when you come into this contest, just be prepared. Do the best you can. And let Singaporeans decide what sort of person I am, what are the principles I stand for. I think, of course, you have to understand me through my past records, because that's the only way I can present myself. Well, the future, you have to wait until after the elections, right? Then if I get elected, you got to judge whether I am a good president or not. But in the meantime, let's take it one step at a time. The next thing that's coming up will be the nomination day. So nomination day, I guess you all want me to say something again. I will try and say something. And I must say, so far, all that my planning is on stream. In fact, today we have given them all the things that's needed for an election, our posters, our banners, our message to the voters. So we're all ready already. So now is to wait for 17th of August, where I will put in my nomination papers, and I hope it will be really a level playing field contest. Okay, I'll just answer her. Yeah.
Dr. Tan has called the other candidates to pledge to donate part of their salary to charity because he says the salary is too high. So what are your views on that?
I don't know. My view is, I feel that you must make a distinction between what is charity and what is pay. I know that the pay of the president is definitely too high. I don't expect such high salary because in the corporate world, the chairman of a corporation never get much more than the CEO, which is a standard practice because different level of work. So if you ask me, I'm not so sure whether I want to subscribe to such a principle, because if somebody asks me that he'll all vote for me if I take a pay cut, I don't know whether I'm actually compromising one principle or not. That is, actually, I'm buying your vote. And that is, if I compromise before I become a president, can you imagine when I am a president, I can make many, many compromises also. So that's my thinking. I feel that in life, there are certain fundamental principles I won't concede. And I think I worry that if I'm being forced, you don't vote for me, you take the pay cut, I vote for you. I think I'll ask him, please vote Tan Kim Lian.
But at the same time, sir, that you do agree that the presidential...
Oh yes, definitely too high. Definitely too high. As I said, I'm in the corporate world. I know I don't get much higher than my CEO, but I do a lot of work. Because as a chairman of a public listed company, accountability is very important, and we also face the shareholders at every year. Even a private company or the government, say GIC, you don't have to face the front line. All your shareholders will be coming and asking you all the questions. So that's over so many years. I have actually every year we have to meet with the shareholders, answerable to all the things that we have done. It's an open book. So I feel that the president's salary is too high, and I believe there's already a committee looking into it. I'm sure they do understand, because this is the issue that was brought up during the general elections, and I'm sure the government will have to take into consideration the electorate's unhappiness over this. Yeah.